Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 0. Oh, it's just disappointing, isn't it? You know, for 65 minutes we were in the game, we're looking a lot better than I think a lot of people were expecting us coming into this game. Performance-wise, it was really, really good for those 65 minutes, you know. We're actually showing some attacking football that Dean Smith's been trying to implement since he's come in. And it was working. I think it was in part to Liverpool not being as good quality as we know they've been this season, you know. Um, it just shows how this restart can really have an impact on a lot of teams, because a lot of teams that have been good have stepped up, and a lot of teams that have been bad have been stepping up, and I think that's been the case with Liverpool so far. But in terms of the game, as I said, for the 65 minutes we were really good, really attacking, looking some good creativity, creating some chances that we could be scoring, but it just wasn't coming off in the final third, and I think that's really um, one of the problems with this game today. Just that final third was not coming off for us, you know. And I think it's really worrying, really unfortunate, because you know when you've got a team that's creating some good ideas, some good set pieces, some good moments, and you can't finish it off, it really does put a damper on the game, because it really makes you wonder where the goals are going to be coming from. But I do think it will come soon. And then the other problem that we have to discuss is defensively. We did switch off. You know, it was just the lack of concentration there, really. But you know, the quality I think of Liverpool just shone through in the end. They were growing into the game as time went by. But it's just a really sad way to end the game, because I don't think we deserved to lose. I think we did deserve a point from it. Obviously, it would have been nice to snatch a win, but unfortunately, we just couldn't do that. In terms of players, you know, it was nice to see Reina in goal instead of Nana. Nice fresh up there, and I think he really did have a good game. He wasn't given much to deal with, to be fair, but I think he looked a lot more assured and a lot more stable than Nyland did. I think Mings needs to come off. He's looked dreadful for me. Some people, he's just not been good, you know. And I think maybe just putting Konza in his place and then putting Elmo or Gilbert on the right, just to make sure that we actually have two proper centre halves there, would be much better for me. And also Minks did look like he picked up a slight knock, so we'll have to see on that. As I said, I think Konza needs to move over from the right. It's really annoying to see that he keeps playing there when you bought a right back specifically to do that job. Again, for me, it's just the space that he's given away on that wider position. I just don't think that's why he should be playing. It's just the space. He just doesn't feel, for me, like he suits being a right back. I think now he needs to be moving back into his centre half role. I think Douglas Luiz, for me, is playing the match again. He's a stand-out player. He was really good, really on form. You know, he was winning every ball, showing a lot of passion, a lot of commitment into his challenges, and just creating some good ideas for the team. I think McGinn did look much better. You know, he's starting to see him come back to his normal self, the one we saw in the Championship that took that by storm. But I still think, you know, it's just going to take time with him, minutes-wise. Some passes were going here and there, but I think it's only getting up. Grealish, again, looks much better today. A lot more fight, a lot more empathy, a lot more, again, creativity and willingness to go forward with the ball. I still think he needs to be passing a bit more. I think he's holding it away a little bit too long for me. And I think that's what's kind of setting the team back. It's not able to, you know, push us forward and go a bit faster in terms of the tempo. But I think he is coming on. I think wingers-wise, I thought Trezeguet had a really good game today. He really did look like an impact. I know Twitter was saying bringing off Jota, and I'm glad to see Jota come on. I think he deserved a chance, but for me, Trezeguet was really good today. Really looked like he was giving it a go. El Ghazi's so quiet, so abysmal. You know, he just for me just doesn't offer anything. The moment when he tried the bicycle kick on the edge of the box and he missed it completely, that for me summarises El Ghazi's season. Just underwhelmingly poor. Daves did all right. You know, not too much there to challenge him. Again, I think I'd start Samatta, because I think out of the two of them, I think Samatta's the more likely to score goals, but I can understand what Davis brings to the team. I thought Taylor had a really good game instead of Target. I think defensively he's more sound than Target. Although, you know, I think he did put Salah in his pocket today. Salah had a really quiet game, and I think that helps when you've got someone who's a bit more solid in defence, like Taylor, rather than Target. But I would like to see him go forward a bit more. You know, in terms of negatives, it's just that defensively mindset. We are just so inept, so poor, and he's just really just switched off twice there. The first goal really just came out of nothing. But I guess that was kind of coming. This second goal really just let it down for me. It just went from being an unfair win for Liverpool to just being a really poor, sloppy error there. But I do believe, you know, even though West Ham are 4 points away, Watford is still a point away. I do somehow believe there is still a chance we could do this. I don't think really it's coming down to West Ham now anymore. Since they're 4 points away, I think they do look more likely to score some points, get themselves up the table. I think it is now between us and Watford, so I'd like to think we can do it over Watford and stick it up to them for trying to be some cocky idiots. But yeah, as I said, really decent performance from Villa today. Much better to see them actually show some attacking passion, some fight, some desire. And hopefully, even though I do think we're going to get spanked by United on Thursday, hopefully we can do the same there. Try and nick a draw again like we did the first time round. Hopefully get something in there, and I'd like to think it's going to get a little bit easier. But you never know what's going to happen in this league. So yeah, overall, good performance from me. Minor issues, just need reassuring, but I think these is finally starting to find the point, and that's what hopefully is going to lead to our success in this league.
Hi guys, I've just been watching Aston Villa take on Liverpool at Liverpool's home. Obviously we just lost 2-0, but if you've seen the preview that me and Ben uploaded on the last video, we both basically said they would score and we probably wouldn't even get a goal. I think I did predict 2-0, so this was a write-off at the end of the day. Liverpool was a write-off. I have a lot of respect to them and their manager, especially from what Klopp did for Dean today, putting his dad's coat in the stands, which was really nice. That was really nice to see from Klopp, but today I'm just taking the positives out of the game, like Douglas Luiz. Grealish seems he looked more arse than he has been back. Taylor too, he actually looks really good today. Like, I've always said that he's a championship player, but today he actually looked up for it. Obviously throughout the game we did see Grealish pick up injuries, and I don't know what he actually was. He might have had a cut on his foot or something. And then more into the last minutes of the second half, Mings picked up something. So hopefully that's all sorted out for Man United, which is on Wednesday. But yeah, I'm just taking positives from this game. Yeah, we lost 2-0, but I did say too, we should start Reina. Let's just see how he is. And to be honest, he actually wasn't too bad. There was one little thing that he did wrong. I think it was just we started out and he came too far out of the box, and I was just like, oh, please don't do that again, because obviously he's known for coming too far out of the box, and obviously we concede. So yeah, we lost 2-0. It's not too bad. We've got Man United next. Obviously, if we did lose 4-0 or something, the goal difference would have really gone against us. So it's just 2-0, and obviously the goal difference now is around 26 for us. It's not great, but it's something we can manage at the minute. But yeah, that's all I can really say. Liverpool was just really good today. I think the first half they looked a little bit like we should have actually. We basically dominated the first half. Let's just say that. Seeing that fight today was really good, but it was a 4-3-3 formation again. I'm not too sure if it turned in to something else at the end when Vasilev came on, but we're talking about Vasilev. I don't think he really brought anything today at all. He doesn't really. He's not an option for me, basically. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about this. I've just talking about the positives. And also, before I stop the video, drinks breaks, it doesn't help at all. Like, it needs to be stopped. Like, once Liverpool went off their drinks break, there they were, they got the goal. It's because when in the drinks break, Klopp's obviously talking to them, as so is Dean talking to our players. And, you know, they can pick up, they can like, oh, you go there, you can get the ball there and there. But it doesn't help. It goes against us all the time. Obviously, Dean was, I think he was saying just go for it. This was when it was 0-0. And, yeah, if there wasn't drinks breaks, probably would have got a draw from that game. But yeah, just at the positives, and we're going on to Man United next. I'm not looking forward to that game. If you ask me to take a draw from it, I probably wouldn't even take a draw. But yep, that's from me, and yeah, up the Villa.